Hey credit warriors, welcome to the show. Now I love luxury hotel collections from high-end credit cards where you get perks like discounts and benefits such as free breakfast, room upgrades, late check-in, early check-in, late checkout. And I've used these hotel collections in places like Washington, D.C. and Las Vegas for some really memorable experiences. It's a great way of getting some extra benefits if you don't have high-level hotel status through a certain hotel chain, and the benefits that you get through these collections tend to be better than at least the mid-level hotel status anyway. Some of the best travel credit cards in the United States market have hotel collections, and now Capital One has joined the party. They have just announced the launch of their own hotel collection, which is called the Premier Collection. And this news comes in addition to news that Capital One is opening 2 new Capital One airport lounges that will feature an upgraded dining experience compared to their regular Capital One lounges, and we'll tell you all about these and which airports they're going to be at later in the video. But first, I know that you guys watch this channel because you want to get great value out of your credit cards or just want great personal financial value in general. And I want to give you great value too. And right now we have an offer with the investing app Weeble where you can get up to 12 free stocks for opening an account and depositing any amount of money. The minimum value of this is $34, okay? Absolute minimum, $34 of free money, and the maximum value, if you luck out, is $30,000. Obviously, luck of the draw which stocks you get. Weeble, of course, is the fantastic zero commission stock and crypto brokerage. They offer regular accounts and also IRAs, and they have way better charts and tools than the competition, Robinhood. Anyway, guys, if you're interested in that deal, do click the link below after you've watched this video. So, the Premier Collection. Here's what we know so far. Capital One has a very nice landing page set up for it. The Premier Collection is almost here. They say it will launch before the end of this year, but they haven't given an exact date yet. There's one thing about the Premier Collection which is quite unique amongst hotel collections that will probably get you very excited. I'll tell you about that just a little bit later in the video. But first of all, let's look at what you actually get when you book through the Premier Collection. You'll earn 10 miles per dollar on your card for the booking. You get a $100 experience credit. This is normally for things like spa treatments or room service and restaurants on the property. Complimentary breakfast for 2, free Wi-Fi, room upgrades when available, early check-in and late check-out. Got to get the order of that right. And this is basically what you'd expect. It's basically on par with the other leading hotel collections from top US credit cards. The 10x points per dollar matches what you earn on the Chase Sapphire Reserve when you book hotels with it through Chase Travel. One question that you may have is, do you need to stay a minimum number of nights to get these benefits? Some hotel collections are like that. Apparently the answer is no. The points guy actually reached out to Capital One and they had a spokesperson confirm that that is not the case. You do not have to stay a minimum number of nights. Next question that you probably want to ask is which Capital One cards get access to the Premier Collection? Well, the answer to that is 2 cards, the Capital One Venture X and the Capital One Spark Elite Travel Card. Now, considering that the Spark Elite card is a business card that you can only get if you have a relationship manager with Capital One, most people going for the Premier Collection will probably be Venture X card holders. And the Capital One Venture X is, of course, one of my top travel cards that I recommend to people all the time. It currently has a welcome bonus of 75,000 Capital One miles. If you are interested in learning more about it, I do feature it on my top credit card picks page, which will be in the description below. Using our links is a great way of supporting our YouTube channel at no cost to you, so we thank you very much if you do. Now, the next question that you may have is, how do you book a Premier Collection hotel? Well, once it is live, there will be a tab for the Premier Collection in the Capital One travel portal, like this mock-up image. And obviously this will only show up or only be usable if you have an eligible card. So you will need to click on that tab in order to book, and just be aware that some Premier Collection hotels may actually show up in the regular hotels tab on Capital One Travel, but you will only get the Premier Collection benefits if you actually click the Premier Collection tab to book. Capital One gives us a little bit of a taste of what hotels are on offer on this landing page with 6 hotels featured. They also sent us these photos as part of their press release, and they all look really nice and luxurious. And there is also one unique feature of this collection that might just blow other hotel collections out of the water. You will apparently be able to add your hotel loyalty number to your booking when you book through the Premier Collection. Now, this means that you will be able to earn points elite nights on your stay, and you'll also be able to stack the benefits with any benefits that you're getting from the Premier Collection, as long as the benefits aren't exactly the same, in which case they're not going to give you 2 free breakfasts because you could only eat 1 breakfast per morning, I guess. Now, as long as hotels recognize this and it all works as planned, this will be great for people who only have lower hotel status and they're working towards the higher tiers. They will still be able to earn points and elite night credits when they book through the Hotel Collection and still get those extra Hotel Collection benefits as if they had a higher level of status. Now, assuming this all works as planned and the hotel chains recognize this, I'm guessing they have a deal with Capital One on it to recognize your status. This will be great for people on the lower end of hotel status tiers because they'll still be able to get the kind of benefits that would come along with higher level status just through the Hotel Collection, while still earning points and elite night credits that will count towards them actually getting status in the future. But like we said, this does all depend on whether a deal has actually been worked out between Capital One and the brands. You know, hotels like Marriott are notorious for not recognizing your gold status or whatever if you booked through a third-party portal. I've had that happen to me before. It's not good. Next, let's talk about airport lounges. Capital One announced this week that it is launching a new airport lounge concept called Capital One Landings. This is in addition to the Capital One lounges that they already have, of which only one is open so far at DFW. Capital One Landings are going to be food driven, and Capital One has partnered with the Jose Andres Group to curate the food and beverage options. Jose Andres specializes in Spanish food and has 2 Michelin-starred restaurants, and these new lounges, or should I say landings, will be serving Spanish tapas. And I love Spanish tapas, kind of like dim sum, but Spanish. You get it? Lots of small plates. So where are the first 2 Capital One landings going to be, you may ask? And the answer to that is New York's LaGuardia Airport and Washington, D.C.'s Ronald Reagan Airport. The one at LaGuardia will be on the bridge that connects to Terminal B, and it will feature both indoor and outdoor spaces. Here are some photos of the outdoor space provided by Capital One, and you can see what a great view of the New York City skyline it is going to have. Now for one final question, when are these Capital One landings going to open? Well, Capital One has just said, in the not too distant future. Yep, they're keeping it vague. They didn't even say like before the end of the year or something like that. They just, in the not too distant future. So I guess you can check out the Premier Collection first, and then later on check out the Capital One landings if you come to New York or DC. Capital One lounges are available to VentureX card holders, and Venture card holders also get 2 passes per year, but you can also buy a pass for $65, and I'm guessing that Capital One landings will be the same deal. All right, guys, what do you think about Capital One landings and the new Premier Collection of luxury hotels from Capital One? Leave your comments below. If you're interested in the VentureX card, you're key to Capital One landings and the Premier Collection, do check it out in my credit card top picks in the links in the description section. If you want up to 12 free stocks from Weeble, you can also check out that deal in the description section as well. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.